Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is the first movie review on my channel, and I hope you enjoy. And yeah, I'm doing it on the very first live-action Batman movie, just titled Batman. From Batman 1966, played by Adam West Batman and Burt Ward Robin. The movie is an hour and 45 minutes, with Batman and Robin stopping their four greatest enemies from taking over the world. Originally, there was supposed to be a Batman 66 movie before the show aired, but this ended up happening between seasons 1 and 2, like how I'm reviewing the show on this channel. Anyway, you can watch the movie any way you want, before or after the first season. It probably makes more sense to watch it before, since it's the same Catwoman in seasons 1 and 2, and the movie is different, and Catwoman at the end of her first story in season 1 appeared dead, and then she comes back here with no real explanation. But the TV show, if you didn't know, had a pattern of every week there was two 30-minute episodes airing, a part 1 and a part 2, with part 1 ending on a cliffhanger with someone in a trap or the villain just getting away. It wasn't always Batman and Robin in deadly danger. Episodes 9 and 10 ended with Aunt Harriet hanging over a giant vat of acid or something like that. The movie included 4 instead of 1 villain for the full runtime, and had at least 2 real traps. Every character returned from the show in the same roles, or almost every character. Obviously, I talk about Catwoman. Alfred returned, Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara, Joker, Riddler, Penguin, Batman and Robin, Aunt Harriet. Okay, you get it. The movie was released in theaters on July 30th, 1966, taking place in between this airing of seasons 1 and 2. Producer William Dozier originally wanted it to air during season 1, but it got delayed until afterwards. The budget was $1,777,800, and it made $3.9 million in theaters. There is nothing about what it made on opening weekend, so I couldn't tell you guys that. The villains are the Penguin, played by Burgess Meredith, the Joker, Cesar Romero, Riddler, Frank Gorshin, who could not reprise his role until season 3, so this is the last time he's here until his last one-part 30-minute episode in season 3. I think it was season 3, episode 2. And Catwoman is here, played by the one and only time by Lee Merriweather, former Miss America. These 4 villains together call themselves the United Underworld. This was the first time in the show where the villains teamed up. It was the Riddler's only time, in fact. So I'm going to go through a little bit of a synopsis here. The movie opens with Batman and Robin investigating a boat that disappears right out in front of them. They go in for a closer look, and a shark bites Batman's leg and hangs on, which is where he uses the shark repellent bat spray that everyone knows of. The shark falls out of the air and explodes when it hits the water. After talking with Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara, they discover that the Riddler, Penguin, Joker, and Catwoman have teamed up to take over the world. Next, we see all 4 villains together in their hideout in the back of a drunken bar. They are armed with a dehydrator that can turn people into dust, a Navy submarine, which was sold to the Penguin, who customizes it to look like a giant, penguin, and Penguin has 3 pirate henchmen with him. The movie goes with plot points of Catwoman romantically luring Bruce Wayne into a trap, unaware that Wayne is Batman's alter ego, and Penguin even schemes his way into the Batcave, leaving the duo unable to prevent the kidnapping of the dehydrated underworld United World Security Council. Later in the Batboat, Batman and Robin blast the Penguin submarine to the surface and beat up all the villains and grab the dusted UN members, to restore things back to normal. And there's a giant final fight between Batman, Joker, Riddler, and the Penguin. This is probably one of the, top half of the final fights in a Batman live-action movie, honestly. The TV show's setup was a villain commits a crime, like the movie. Batman and Robin track the villain down, like the show. There's a trap, not really in the movie. Then they repeat fighting the villain thanks to detective work until the end fight. Again, this isn't exactly like the TV show. The movie does have some differences in its plot. It's not just like 3 episodes back to back to back. For the season 1 anniversary or 1-year anniversary of the show, they had a 3-part special that was kind of like that. The show is a little bit different, though, I will say. Or the movie is a lot different. This one is than that 3-parter. I think I like the 3-parter more, but I'll talk about that when I get to it. All of the rogues have their own great moments, like Penguin in the Batcave, Riddler sending his riddles with a rocket, Joker tricking Smitlab, and Catwoman laying the trap for Batman using Bruce Wayne. Penguin is the leader of the group, owning the submarine everyone's on in the last half of the movie. He's the best villain and has the idea to dehydralize the Security Council, and when he gets bought or brought by Batman into the Batcave for a bit, I was so confused, even still am a bit, because Batman and Robin know that Penguin is pretending to be Commodore Smitlab, but they still let him into the Batcave because Penguin's pretending to be Commodore Smitlab. And in there, Penguin rehydrolyzes his henchmen to take over the Batcave. When Batman hits them, once they're automatically, just hit them once or they hit, something solid, it turns the henchmen back to dust. But I really don't get why Batman brought the Penguin back there in the first place. I need to rewatch the movie. Also, something I need to mention, because it's kind of cool. The most recent live-action Batman movie, just called The Batman from 2022, had all of these villains in the movie in live action again. So to say, the first movie had, live-action movie ever had Riddler, Penguin, Catwoman, and Joker, and now which I know Joker was in the deleted scene in that movie. Oh, I guess he was in the end credit scene, so it wasn't deleted, but the newest movie has those exact same 4 villains. Anyway, Catwoman is the serious member of the group here, who does the most important stuff for the movie's story. She has a secret identity named Miss Kitka as a reporter. Eventually, she romances Bruce Wayne. They go on a date, and you see that in the movie. It's even referenced, I think, in a Season 2 King Tut episode. I know it's in a King Tut episode. I don't know if it's in Season 2, though. She's actually also fake kidnapped during that moment by the Rogues to trick Batman and Robin. Riddler and the Joker are underused a lot here. I think everyone... you've seen the movie, you know that. Joker is definitely the most underused. Even, back then, Joker was not, or Riddler was probably, I know for sure Riddler wasn't as big as Joker. But I think Joker was used the least amount here. Riddler kind of just hangs around and gives out riddles. He does fire a riddle rocket that accidentally hits the Batcopter, though. That was kind of ridiculous and funny. Penguin is the villain I view as Batman's #1 enemy at the time of this movie. And yeah, he's acted perfectly as always by Burgess Meredith. I like the first half of this movie way more than the last half. The ending with the dust getting mixed together was a little funny. I don't know why they put that in the script and it happened. It felt like it was just to make the movie longer. And it took me off guard how fast the movie ends. I do like the end credits having Batman and Robin climb down the side of the UN building. Again, that was kind of surprising to me. I've only seen this full movie once before this, so full movie, sit down on DVD, watch it. I watched it on TV first time, but it's on TV. They kind of cut things out during the TV showings. Of course, in Adam West campy Batman, there's comedy, and this movie is certainly no different. There's the infamous "some days you can't get rid of a bomb," where for 3 minutes, Batman is running with this giant bomb all over the piers, and the bomb is just not exploding. There is also the Security Council getting dehydrolyzed and rehydrolyzed, and when they come back, they don't even realize that, other people are disappearing and reappearing. And when they come back, they're in their, different bodies and they're just still arguing. And in the last line in the movie where Batman just says to Robin, "Let's leave," but inconspicuously through the window. I mean, these are moments everyone knows of from Adam West Batman, and yeah, they all came from the movie. So we do see some different things and some changes for the show. Like right here, there's a lever. It's in the start of the movie. There's a lever halfway down the bat pole that changes the dynamic duo's costumes that Bruce hits on his way down. Though we actually don't see the actual costume changing process. It's a family-friendly movie, I guess. Ha ha ha. In addition, we see the compressed steam-powered pillows that send them back up the bat poles. And since this movie had a way bigger budget than the show, they added the Batcopter and the Batboat and a brand new Batbike. I remember the old Batbike was only in episodes 21 and 22, the Penguin's second story in the show, so they made a new Batbike. The Batcycle would be used again on the series. The Batboat and the Batcopter will be seen again, but only by reusing footage from this film. Actually, the film's looking effects, they're let's just say YouTubers in the 2020s can do better, but it definitely doesn't ruin the movie or take you out of it. Long story short, it still works here. Maybe it's also the mindset of this movie, all of Batman 1966 being more of a comedy, more of a different styled Batman than anything. So, having previously played the character King Boris in the episodes 11 and 12 of the show, Riddle a Day Keeps the Riddler Away, and When the Rat's Away, the Mice Will Play, the actor Reginald Denny returned to play Commodore Smitlab. It was his last role before his death in 1967. Van Williams, who would play the role in William Dozier's Green Hornet series that fall, did an uncredited turn as the voice of the President of the United States in this movie. Madge Blake does not get billed, even though she has no dialogue at all, the actress who plays Aunt Harriet. She is in the film for part of one scene, really. It's at the start where they drive up the Wayne Manor and they quietly watch the TV with Alfred. And this movie has the second window cameo in the entire series, done by character actor George Cesar. He sees Batman and Robin climb up the side of the bar building where the rogues hang out, and it's a funny line he says. Now, one thing I thought about was, does this movie have the best moments in the show's history for the villains? I think it does have some for Batman and Robin, but for the villains like Riddler and Joker, definitely not. Penguin, still no, but for Catwoman, kind of close. Yeah, looking at this show, the villain's greatness was easier to focus on in the shorter episodes and when they are alone, which may always be the case, but still. Ultimately, this is like a big TV show episode, though I will say the sets like the hideouts aren't as interesting as the show's episodes. Adam West and Burt Ward Batman and Robin are terrific, probably better and more suited, fit into their roles than at the start of season 1. So I guess that's kind of good that this happened in between seasons 1 and 2, because season 2 is definitely the number 1 part of the time of the show, the top of the top. And the villains are easily the same as they were in season 1 episodes. It's pretty crazy to realize that all the dehydrated thugs actually die in this movie, like DIE, never get back to normal. They're just dusted. It's kind of shocking to think about that happened in this movie. Like, look at this. And the villains are also campy, because why is Joker and Penguin wearing masks? This is just ridiculous. Joker was funny on screen. Being one to fool Commodore into thinking he's not kidnapped, and he comments on Joker's weird appearance, not realizing it's the Joker. Oh, wait. Yeah, and those thugs also aren't wearing any, masks, but the main villains are, even Penguin with his top hat. Anyway, there's really just one big fight in the movie. Kind of disappointing that there was just one. I think, there was another fight when, they were kidnapping Kitka and Bruce Wayne, but that lasted for like 1 minute, so... This was the begin. Batman goes up against his top 4 supervillains, though Catwoman just stays below deck, and he really fist fights Penguin, Joker, and Riddler. I've already said that. There was I know that there was a stuntman during this for one of the henchmen who, while falling off the ship, hit his head pretty bad and got sent to the hospital. Yeah, that fight was crazy. And in the episode, it had Penguin umbrella sword fighting Batman. Joker and Riddler just being their own crazy selves, and Catwoman's true identity gets revealed at the end of the movie, breaking Batman's heart when he realizes that Catwoman is Miss Kitka. I don't know if at the time Catwoman's had a secret identity of Selena Kyle. I don't think they did. So yeah, there was way, way, way more Batman and Bruce Wayne in this movie, and I think this live-action Batman movie has probably the biggest percent of time of that happening. And that was my review of Batman 1966. I hope you enjoyed and maybe even learned something new about this film. Have a great day.